Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's layout, we are doing a 12 by 12 scrapbook layout. I had to use this beautiful scrapbook paper from the Hip Kit Club for February, because hopefully I already posted the unboxing of March, so I didn't even do anything yet with February's. This one is beautiful. Love these flowers. This one's Happiness Blooms from the Happy Heart collection by Pinkfresh Studio. So here's my problem with it, and I think I did it in the unboxing, that I love this, but I love this. And it's so silly for them to have made them back to back, because granted, I would have bought one of each anyway, or two of this one, but because it's in a kit, I either have to do either or. So what I'm really thinking though is I'm going to fussy cut out the wreath as close as I can. That way I'm left with, this whole corner and all the corners here to cut out as much of these embellishments, right? Because the horn goes this way. So all of these, hopefully I get to cut out and have extra flowers to make this more lush with the photo somehow in here. Or if I do it this way, well, no, it's situated this way because the way they drew it. So that's what we're doing. So that's my tip, is that you may like both sides, and if it's possible in this situation, it's going to be it's a labor of love layout, because I'm going to cut all of these out. And don't get me wrong, I love this watercolory background too, so I'm wondering if I should even take the time to maybe recreate something like that, and that way I can have, like I said, it's this corner that's going to get left, and then so I can cut out all of these, because in the pack, where's the pack? Because that's why I have out here. Oh, so we did get the full pack of ephemera too, but out of all of them, they didn't have any of the floral designs with it. It's just these pieces. So, so the pack didn't even have one or two or three where I can add it in and tuck spots. So that was the problem with the ephemera pack. So I was like, oh, I have the ephemera pack. Let me just get a bunch of the florals and make it blusher. It doesn't have it. So what I'm also thinking in this video, I will be fussy cutting out a lot of stuff. So clearly I'll, turn off the camera, fussy cut this while watching TV probably, and then have it all ready to go. And the same with this one with the butterflies, because I want them as embellishments completely. I don't want to have this as a background. Plus there's actually a few flowers too now that I'm looking at it closer. So I'm going to fussy cut all this out, fussy cut this all out, and we will put the layout together from there. Yeah, a lot of fussy cutting. And I'm going to use my little Tim Holtz tonic scissors. I have fallen in love with these. These are a really good set. This is the 5-inch pair. I want to say, I think they measure it from here. The 5-inch pair. I know they have a 7 and a 9. I might consider getting them, because these are some of my favorite scissors right now. All right, I shall be quiet. I'll fast forward a little bit while I cut out some of it on camera, and then like I said, I'll turn off the footage and then come back when I have it all cut for us to put a layout together. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so for those of you that have fussy cut it in the past, you know that this can either be a therapeutic experience or a daunting one. And for me at this point, I think it was a very relaxing experience to fussy cut this much kind of in one sitting. I think I listened to my book on audio for a while and got it all done. So and don't get me wrong, I wish there was a cut file just to cut out the wreath, but in the end product was so beautiful that this was all well worth it. So this is just a tip for those two, that if you ever like both sides of a paper, try doing this where you can cut out something from the front and then use the back, and then you're perfect. So as you see right now, the wreath is all cut out and all the flowers that I want to use are by my side, and I'm able to go ahead and put it all up on Fun Foam, at least the wreath part, and that way I can use the individual cut flowers and do tuck spots behind it. This is always a good style to create that depth on a layout, especially when I feel working in a 12 by 12. It used to be my ride or die was always 12 by 12, and I haven't done it in a while, but it feels good to come back to it. Once the wreath is stuck down, now, like I said, I'm able to have these little tuck spots with the extra flowers that I took the time to fussy cut. 12 by 12 always used to be my cup of tea, and I think I always liked it for the very creative outlet it gave me. And I know in the past, because I flipped through my previous scrapbooks, that I never did enough journaling about like when and where, like kind of the who, what, why, when, where questions. And I need to get better at it, especially when you have kids. Other parents can relate to this. Oh, and I knocked my camera. I didn't notice this until a little bit into it, so I do apologize for being on a slant a little bit. But back to my point is that especially when you have kids, you probably lose track on like, were they 3 or 4 in this picture, maybe 5, I don't know. Where did I snap this selfie? I can't remember. So at least for this one, I did make a conscious effort. Oh, and there's the camera getting fixed. To journal at least where we were, what we were doing, and the month and the year, so that way I can come back to it and reflect a little bit better. And that's just a tip as well. So here I am just adding all my little bits. I am using a flare right there from Scrap and Happy Studio. I do take the time to also, I believe, add a few sequences at the end from Spiegel Mom Scraps. Those are always the two kind of embellishments at the end that I like. And I did go through the ephemera pack from the collection as well for those added little details. And then I used the title chipboard piece, this love, as my title. And this one was a little tricky because it's half on the fun foam elevated part and half not. So it's a little bit on a slant. So I made sure to use liquid glue to make sure that that stays on quite nicely for it. And that would be like the way it turns out. It's on this like almost like watercolor background, which is also from the kit if I didn't share that earlier. So thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe and please give this video a thumbs up. Bye.